Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're going to talk about Netflix The Witcher. So we finally have some more info surrounding the series because Lauren Schmidt, who is a showrunner for The Witcher, has been very active on Twitter, and yesterday she tweeted out a lot of info surrounding Season 1. So we're going to go through every single piece of information and see why the decision behind this had happened. First off, Season 1 of The Witcher is going to have 8 episodes, and I'm going to read from her tweet. She says this: "Yes, I know, it may not seem like enough for you, but creatively, it's the right call. The episodes can be tight, action-packed, rich in character and story, without lagging in the middle of the season. Sounds good to me, sounds good to you." Well, this honestly makes so much sense, because for the Season 1, the amount of money Netflix is willing to put into this show and to have the story and the characters develop, in my opinion, 8 episodes is more than enough. I mean, it doesn't mean that the next couple of seasons will not have more episodes, but for the first season of something they're producing like this, for the first time they're doing The Witcher, it honestly makes sense to go with 8 episodes, because it's going to keep us on the edge of our seats, because of course they have to pack a certain amount of story into 8 episodes, and what she says that it's going to be more action-packed, it's going to be rich in characters and story, it honestly makes so much sense. She's also mentioning a release date, and right now 2020 is the date, and she says this: "Who knows, we're moving quickly ahead with everything, like my head is spinning around Exorcist style, except with enthusiasm, not evil possession, but one thing is certain, quality comes before speed. You'll get it as soon as humanly possible, and it'll be good." I think I mentioned before that 2020 is actually a good release date because number 1, they have to cast every single character, that takes time. Number 2, they have to scout new locations, and I'm going to be talking about locations in the next part of this video, but they have to scout through locations, they have to cast everyone, they have to develop the costumes, the production design, all of that needs to go into account. And of course, because it was actually announced last year that Netflix is going to produce this, 2020 is very viable. Like right now it hasn't been confirmed. Like she says 2020, but who knows? Maybe it's going to come out before. Like we cannot know. But right now, somewhere in 2020, this is going to be a release date. She's also talking about the script needing polishing, and she says this: "I take a step back from what to say. The scripts need written. I finished the pilot, which yes will be polished more when we cast and shoot. The other 7 episodes don't yet exist, except in my head. And guess what? New writers are joining me soon too." Every single script that has been written, every single screenplay has to go through polishing stages. Every single scenario has a couple of versions, so obviously even the pilot needs polishing. It's going to take some time to basically go through every single page to see, okay, this makes sense, this doesn't, maybe this could sound better if I write it like this. So it does make sense. Again, she's going to have more writers joining her soon, which is amazing because it's going to speed up the process. Like, it's always good to have more people write, because you can take every single thing into account. Again, she is the showrunner, so everything she imagined is going to be put on the paper. Because writing is very difficult, especially when you're doing a series, because there's a couple of things you have to think about. Number 1, the big picture. Like, obviously The Witcher is not going to be only 1 season, so when you're writing you have to make room for every single story and situation which is going to happen, let's say in the Season 3. So everything that happens in the Season 1, even though like Season 1 is going to have its own micro story, like something needs to begin at the first episode and something has to end at the last episode of the season. So writing a TV series or Netflix series or any series in general is very difficult, so just going through polishing, going through different versions is definitely a big plus, because only a fool would submit a script with version 1. I mean, no studio is going to do that, it's not a thing. Next thing I'm going to talk about are shooting locations, and this is a very good news because number one, they will be shooting in Eastern Europe. Number two, this is amazing because The Witcher is from Poland and every single part of the folklore in that universe comes from Eastern Europe. Of course, it's a Slavic culture, and just, you know, shooting in those locations in Poland or anywhere in Eastern Europe is amazing because you can capture the feeling of The Witcher with forests, with castles, with houses, with every single part of that land having the Slavic culture and something which is definitely going to fit in The Witcher universe. And for the end, she said that they haven't cast yet, so we have no idea who's going to be Geralt of Rivia, or Yennefer, or Triss, or Jaskier. We have no clue whatsoever, but that info is definitely coming soon. I like how she's very open with these news. She has been tweeting out a lot, like when it comes to The Witcher, how she's writing it, where, like, how she was in Poland a couple of days ago. This is actually great, so I advise you to go follow her on Twitter, because the number one place for Netflix The Witcher info is definitely there. And I will be talking about these topics in the future, so don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and tell me down below what you think about this. What do you think about The Witcher being shot in Eastern Europe? For me, that is a big plus. Definitely means that Netflix wants to make this show really good, and for every single fan, this is just amazing. This is LastKnownMeal signing out. Stay classy everyone, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye bye.